Good morning, dear students. As I told that microorganisms are always observed under the microscope, and in the same way the cell present in the microorganisms are also very minute. If microorganisms are micro, let us think that the cell of which they are made, they will be still more smaller than microorganisms, for which we need microscope. As I told, two types of microscope, light microscope and electron microscope. In light microscope, we have two type of microscope, and one is simple microscope and one is compound microscope. Now, simple microscope consists of only two lens. One is the eyepiece, that is which we keep, where we keep our eye and we will see, and one is here the objective piece, where we will put the material here and we will adjust this object lens on that particular cell or a material which is to be observed, and then we will see from this eyepiece. That is about the simple microscope. But it is only useful to see little larger substance. When we want to observe very tiny, very small objects, then we need a compound microscope, and compound microscope have this type of another attachment which is called objective lens. This is also objective, one objective, and this is another objective. So reflection will be carried from this to this, and then the thing will be highly observed in a magnified manner. So this is a compound microscope. Normally in the school laboratory for the younger classes, we have simple microscope, and for little higher classes, we have compound microscope. But electron microscope is widely used by the students of the research field, that means those who are doing spatial biology and PhD, right? So exactly what is there in the microscope? This is the structure, this is a diagram of the microscope. In our textbook also you have this, but it is little faded in color, so I am showing you from another book which I have. This is eyepiece. So from here we will have to adjust our eye, and we will have to see that object kept over here, which will be seen in a magnified manner, that means in a larger manner, right? Now what is this? This is a draw tube. Draw tube, that means which is adjusting the eye focus to observe the object which is kept over here. This is a stand arm, that means handle from where we adjust here. See, this is the arm, and this is a fine adjustment. Fine, that means we will have to just rotate this slightly on that side, slightly on this side, so that we can get the clear image what we are observing. This is again a coarse adjustment. Coarse, that means just a glance. As soon as you put material over here, once you will adjust through this the position of the lens on the object, and then to observe from eye in a proper manner we will have to adjust the fine adjustment, right? Then come here, this is the clips, two sides, which finely adjusted slides on it is holded properly, right? We put clips on the clothes when mama spread it for drying, because it can hold the clothes properly. In the same way, when this glass slide on which the observing material is kept, it must be holded properly, otherwise it will be removed here and there when we won't be see anything from here. So this is the clip to hold the slides. Then here you see inclination joint. So how far this arm is to be inclined to get it bent down or little bent up. This portion, stage, and here it is the reflecting mirror, right? So then this is the pillar. Pillar is the base material on which the thing is builded. And here you can see condenser adjustment. So how far the basic here it is adjustment above the stage. This is the stage on which this thing is kept. Now here it is condensed. So condensed, that means how far it is near to each other. To get condensed, to get nearer. Object and object piece should be somewhat in a distance nearer to each other, which is adjusted by this condenser adjustment. This is the foot that on which the complete base and pillar stands. Now here you can see reflector. This is a lens through which the light falls on it, and this light is then passed to this condenser, which is reflected to the object lens, and this object lens gives the reflection here, which is traveling in a straight. We know that light travels in a straight line, so which travels here in a straight, and we observe the thing from the eyepiece. So here you can see a reflector, that is the lens. Here is the diaphragm material, or we can say a substance which helps as a container on which the condenser is kept, which is adjusted by this condenser adjustment. This is the slide stage on which the slide is kept. Slide is a rectangular glass piece on which the substance is to be kept, and again on that substance kept on a slide, there is a very thin paper like thin glass square sheet which is kept as a cover slip, so that the substance will not get run away due to the high air, or it will not get effect due to the pressure or temperature of the atmosphere, and can be observed properly. These are the two object pieces which will be help for traveling the light towards the eyepiece. Then this is the revolving nose piece. Sometimes we need to revolve this nose piece here and there like this, so that we can adjust it on the object. And this is the body tube in which a complete tube of traveling of light is fixed. So this is about compound microscope. It is also given in our textbook. This also I will send you a complete photo, so later on also you can see all the parts, and one more video also I will show of the animated compound microscope. Now see here, this is electron microscope. As I told, this microscope is widely used by the biologists, by the researchers, and because it is little difficult to handle it, because light microscope, simple microscope and compound microscope, they work on the light of the sun, as well as in the presence of high power tube light and bulbs, and you can carry it at any place wherever you want, right? It is reflecting the substance by the help of the glass lenses for the magnification, and it does not require a special vacuum. But in this electron microscope, the very first thing, it requires high voltage. You can see the structure of the electron microscope. Here the very high voltage is given. High electricity power of high voltage is to be given. This is the electron gun. Through this high voltage, the electron passes through this electron gun. At first, here it comes closer. This is the first condenser lens. You can see here, this is the condenser aperture. Through this aperture, we are able to adjust this condenser. Then, this is your condenser lens, that is primary. This is secondary condenser lens. So, the magnification will take little more clear idea of the object. Specimen, holder and airlock. Here the specimen is kept, the object which is to be observed is kept, and it is having its lock system also. Objective lenses and aperture. From theirs, when you put object here, you can adjust it from here. And here you see at the bottom is the electron beam. Whatever the electron is passing here, they fall in through this object as a complete group of the electron rays, which is called beam. Beam is the group of rays, light rays, electron rays. If it is light rays, then we can say it is light rays, and if it is the group of electron, it is electron beam here. And this is the fluorescent screen and camera, so that we can easily get a colorful idea about the object which is observed in it, right? It is little difficult, this electron microscope, right? It is not illuminated by the light, but it is illuminated by the electrons present in the substance, right? Each substance is having atom, and atom consists of electron and proton, neutron. So electron microscope works on the electron illumination, whereas light microscope works on the light illumination. Here electromagnets are used for magnification, whereas in light microscope light is used, and lenses, glass lenses, concave and convex lenses. Two types of lenses are there, which you will learn in higher classes, which are used for magnification. It also needs a spatial room for the setup. Compound microscope and simple microscope, those who work on the principle of light, they can be taken anywhere, but this, they need a spatial setup, a spatial room. And in light microscope, that is simple and compound microscope, we don't need internal vacuum within the microscope, but here internal vacuum also plays a great role. So this is little difficult to handle, and so it is widely, and it is also a need for a very minute observation. So it is widely used at the higher level for the research work of the biology, and in a normal school laboratory we use simple microscope. For some higher classes we need compound microscope, and even in the college we need highly compound microscope, but electron microscopes are used as research field microscope for the biologist and those who are doing the doctorate in biology. So this is about the electron microscope. Thank you.